Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I first, before I even start the video, I have a ice pack. For one, I'm sitting on one too, by the way, because my kundalini is fucking is rising. I'm activated as a motherfucker. And but I sat here and just told the tale to my computer of the whole Asheville vacation, the whole thing I'm about to do again. I never hit play. And I think it was like a 30-minute thing. So, source, what do I need to learn from that? Brevity, Andrew, is the key to communication. Keep it short. So, I'm dancing in my living room, literally, as my daughter would say, to a new John Mayer song because I love John Mayer. And the new John Mayer song has a line in it that made me think of every single person that's watching this video and that ever will, if any. And the line goes a little something like, what do I do with all this? What do I do with all this love that's running through my veins for you? And sit down and make a video, Andrew, because stream of consciousness, authentic, just what you're going through, what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what's happening. So I want to take my family on this little vacation, and through beautiful serendipity of the universe, Asheville is the place in North Carolina. And I want to go there with them, and there's this place called Sliding Rock, right? And that was the one thing. So, like, what does one do when they're going on a vacation? Well, do I have to have everything line itemed out? Like, what do we do at this time and this time and this time and the first day and the second day and the third day? Well, all that was coming to me was Sliding Rock, this beautiful natural sliding rock that I'd always am known about and, I don't know, seen before and wanted to go. So in meditation, I asked the universe, I asked Source, what do I do next, Source? This isn't a phone, by the way, I'm just hot. What should we do next? And the universe said, just listen. Just listen. Now, some of you may be able to relate to this, some of you may not. When you're a kid, you know how you have like funny languages made up with your friends? Silly, right? Well, my best friend in the whole world, Joe DeGroat, and I had this, it's nonsense talk, so to try and explain it is nonsense. A place was called the DuPont, or the Dew Point. It was a place. It could be any place. Where are you going? Take it to the DuPont. Take it to the DuPont. And he and I knew what that meant. And what you did when you got to the place, right? The triple. It could be anything. What'd you do today? It got all tripled. Did you see a movie? Yeah, I saw that triple. It was, so the triple was a thing or a descriptive. The DuPont was a place. So we go to Sliding Rock and just glorious and beautiful, and wow, we slide down the rock. It's just like the energy is just but what to do next, because it's not a place you hang out at, right? So you do it, and then the masses start coming in. So we go out, and there's a gentleman there, and the gentleman is selling like flotation devices and peaches. And we say to the gentleman who's selling the flotation devices and peaches, gentlemen, is there a place that we can go swim or hang out? And he says, oh yeah, man, you got to take it to the DuPont. Did he just, what? Did he just say that? And the kids know, because they know Uncle Joe. So they know, did he just say take it to the DuPont? And Ashley, my beloved gypsy, she knows Joe. So it's like, nah, please rephrase the question. You guys got to take it to the DuPont. Sweet universe, thank you. Like, what? That's so cool. DuPont National Forest. But wait, there's more. Just through the Kundalini ice I was sitting on. What are we going to do when we get to DuPont Forest? The gentleman selling peaches and life jackets says to me, well, you're going to have to go down Triple Falls. Thank you, universe. Because when we got to the DuPont and saw Triple Falls, it was one of the most glorious, magnificent things I'll ever experience with my kids, with my family, just spiritually listening for the next step, believing, and then taking the next step. Before we left on this trip, I was meditating with Metatron, alliteration, meditating with Metatron. And anybody who knows me knows I have a very, Moldavite changed my whole spiritual life. The way it came to me, the story, the just, oh, and I love it so much. I got a ring, I've got a necklace, I've got a crown. My brother made me a piece of a crown that I meditate with. It's like that. The guy's crazy over Moldavite. But I've also got like 13 little Moldavite pieces. One that I adored, that I wore around my neck, always had with me. And before we left on the trip, Metatron says, gonna have to get rid of the Moldavite, man. Now, get rid of the Moldavite, sir? What? Mr. Metatron, excuse me? Yeah, you're gonna have to give away your Moldavite. And he says to me, not all of it. There's 4 pieces that I was allowed to keep. And I'm grateful that I was allowed to keep them. But I was instructed to give the necklace back to the earth. But you gotta remember now, Moldavite comes from the sky. Moldavite comes from a cataclysmic meteor impact with Earth that created and showered a certain region with Moldavite. So it was really beautiful that Metatron was saying the Earth wanted this offering, or it's not mine. I just got to wear it for a little bit, right? So I went and I buried it in the backyard, and I meditated because I saw a bunch of your beautiful faces that I am to give other Moldavite pieces to. There's another video, Andrew. But Andrew, I kind of like having a necklace, kind of like having a pendant. So I talked to Source. I tried to say, listen, man, there's something that you need to have, and it's in Asheville. But you had to give this away first. You had to put the thing, Moldavite that you love, into the ground before I can show you what's waiting for you. So, man, brevity, Andrew, brevity, because the story is so enormous. All of the beautiful things that happen in Asheville. Just gloriousness. We go to a few different gem stores and shops and this and that, and there's necklaces and there's this, and man, it's not right. I want it to be because I want to have a necklace because I'm used to having a necklace. I want to have a pendant because I want to connect, right, with something. And I miss my Moldavite. And it's not right, right? So time comes to leave. Time comes to go home. So we start driving home, and my beautiful, 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 beautiful mother says, she FaceTimed me. She was in Greenville a few months earlier, whatever, which is on the way home, an hour south of Asheville, and was at this beautiful gem store, crystal store. And we had to go stop there on our way home because it looked that beautiful. So that's what we did. We stopped in Greenville on the way home, and I walk into this place, man, and I'm telling you what, it's just so beautiful and so enormous. And any of you who resonate with crystals know that like rush, that feeling of like we start sweating and it's like too much, like a little bit of lightheadedness. Some people say, oh, I don't like going to those places. No, man, you just have to be able to embrace it. You have to know how to, it's like the beautiful Gypsy, oh, she teaches me so much. She said it's like 1 million radio stations all being on at once, and you're trying to hear one frequency, right? You got to be able to tune it out. So the universe sends me a beautiful lady behind the counter with a piece, she could feel it, with a big piece of tourmaline and says, here, hold this. Because she could tell that I was just, like I was talking everything and everything. I was getting ready to fall off. I was getting ready to rise up off the floor. So the tourmaline focused me and I'm just getting pulled. Like I am right now, actually. And Gypsy standing in front of me. She goes, Andrew, what you're looking for is something you're not familiar with. Stop looking at all of the things that you know what they are. I said, okay. Okay, beautiful Gypsy. And in that moment, my boy, Dad, what's this? Now, in my peripheral vision, it looked like turquoise. That's turquoise. Not Dad, it's not turquoise. What's this? So I go over and I look. And no, can you see it? I was just mesmerized. I don't know what that is, Matt. Lady behind the counter, what is that? Larimar. Boom. How many people have to reach for something and a top hat falls over, by the way? Larimar. I wrote that in my book like 2 years ago. I'll just write stuff down that resonates with me that I want to learn more about in the future. And I remembered it as, an incredible sense of calm and balance came over me. It was like the Moldavite in the Larimar. And it had to be mine. And it's a beautiful story. Any of you that resonate with Larimar want to learn about, it's a beautiful story. But long-winded story. Okay, so anyway, oh man, on the way home, it's on the counter right now. On the way home, on the way out, as we're paying for everything, I've been resonating with the lotus flower recently, right? The lotus, just seeing it places, and the Gypsy is paying for something, and there's this beautiful piece of quartz right above this lotus flower. And Ashley says, Andrew, do you know what lodolite is? Lodolite. I've read about it. I don't know. But I looked at it, and it was like, okay, picture walking into a store and someone saying, here's a walkie-talkie to speak to the angels. Here's a walkie-talkie to speak to... I'm so grateful. So we get it. And every once in a while, the Gypsy will channel things and tell me what she gets or sees. Most of the time when she does it, it's, you know, for herself or for a different purpose or not me specific. But she took this lodolite as we were driving home and she held my pendant. She fell asleep. Now I'm driving down 75, going over 75, and she comes awake. Andrew. Yeah, babe. Babe, what? She hands me back the necklace. Says, put it on. Put it back on. She goes, they can find you now. I said, what? She goes, listen. And it wasn't her. She was channeling. It was somebody, you know. She goes, listen. Right. Somebody that you, not insignificant, no one's insignificant, but in your, someone you're not looking for can now find you because of this. It's like a beacon has been activated around your neck. And this person or this messenger that is going to come to you, you'll know because of their eyes. Now I'm resonating and I'm activated as whoa right now, right? Like I'm activated and connected more than I've ever been, and I almost vibrate out of my chair with truth. Beacon has been activated. Look, I'll update you because obviously it hasn't happened yet. But she also says to me, hands me the load of light. He says, you need to keep this on with you at all times. I said, okay, yes ma'am, absolutely. And it was a beautiful it was just this like balance and resonance of just gratefulness that was coming through. And I've probably lost everybody that would try to even keep up with this till the end. And there is no point other than streaming my authentic self to you, inspired by the words of John Mayer. What do I do with all this love that's running through my veins for you? And all I could think about is tell you about my nows. I just feel like I'm gonna burn up. But calming, balance. Turn your magic on me, she said. We are diamonds taking shape. We are diamonds taking shape. Love. Look. Listen. I love you. I'm grateful for you. Love and light. Hopefully I hit play this time or record.